Welcome back, Creative Minds. It's your guy L Train here with another one. I want to talk about moving in silence and why it's important. Because you don't need to telegraph all your moves and your strategies and your business plans and your goals in your life. If you keep them to yourself and you keep your head down, you stay locked in, you stay busy, you stay working, you'll have a great opportunity to make them happen. When you're telling everybody your business, it opens the doors for people to sabotage, people to hate on you, people to throw a monkey wrench in your program. So moving in silence is very, very strategic when you implement it because you're grinding when no one's watching. You're making the moves when people aren't celebrating you. You are sticking to the program when it's not popular or when it's not popping. And that's actually the journey. That's actually the goal, is to find out the best way to become the best version of yourself. And it's not always going to be, people on social media with the likes and the comments. Sometimes it's going to be you waking up early, you eating healthier, reading books, making more content. If you have a job or career, you're leveling up in your company, leveling up your skills. And it takes one day at a time mentality, but you don't have to announce it. You don't have to celebrate all your small little wins. You can internally celebrate them. You can win in private and just give yourself the confidence to keep moving, to keep pushing. That's the real win. That's the real vibe that you need. Too many people are just doing it for the gram. Too many people are just doing it for the instant dopamine effect. Y'all need to lock in and believe that whoever you can be, you can do it. And it may not happen overnight. It's probably not going to happen overnight. It's going to take years. So if you stay locked in, you stay to yourself, you stay low key, you stay out the way. Sometimes if you just stay out the way, you'll see other people make mistakes and fall off. And you just kept grinding. You kept believing in yourself and you kept making it happen. And then 5 years, 10 years from now, you on top of the game. And people are like, damn, where'd he come from? Well, he was on the low. He was making moves. He kept grinding. He kept believing. And if you do the same thing too, man, you could put yourself in that situation. I'm not the most successful man in the world, but I've had some success. And you can too. And you have successes in your life. Look at the things that you really are proud of. It took you time to get there. It took some heartbreak. It took some L's before you got some of those wins. Most things that are great don't come easy. It comes through the ups and downs and the losses. People will have dreams and visions and their family will hate on them. Now they'll celebrate them at first because, oh, you're going to start a business, that's cool. Oh, you're going to get in shape, that's cool. And then you start, man, I can't call them to the party. I ain't showing up for this. I'm not showing up for that. And now, oh, why? You're too good for us now? It's like you were just celebrating me 6 months ago. Now I'm focused and locked in and I don't want to show up to your party because so-and-so is always wilding out or I don't like the environment there just because it's your party or just because you invited me. And now I'm locked in, I'm busy. I'll catch you on the next one. People will hate on that. They won't like that. And it's like, you get confused of why are they not liking it? Because you're on a different journey. They're staying average, they're staying the same, but you're on a different journey. So because you're on a different journey, you got a different mindset. So when you stay low and you keep everything to yourself, and maybe you could tell a few people that you trust, yo, this is the move I gotta make, this is the plan I got, what you guys think? That could help you. But if you tell too many people, man, it's gonna open the door for sabotage. So move in silence out here. Next thing, when you move in silence, when you're moving on the low, when you're trying to improve yourself, you can make mistakes and a lot of people don't even notice it. You can kind of be cool and play it off. I have a clothing brand. I've had drops where I had no sales, 0 sales, and I hyped them up. I was posting, people were liking it, people were engaging in it, and then I'm like, yeah, it's on sale, 20% off, go get it, go check it out, and it's a flop. And it happens. Most things you do when you're a beginner, you're going to struggle and it's not going to happen. And so you get to make these mistakes along the way. So now it's like, you know what? I'm not going to just make the same mistake over and over again. I'm going to keep building and keep building and keep building, and my results will show over time, right? They will show over time. Winners keep the grind whether they're up or they're down. Steph Curry, one of the greatest basketball players ever, he's in the gym every day. And there's games that they lose. They go on losing streak just like every other team does. But does that mean, oh, man, we lost a couple of games? I think I'm going to take a day off. Like, winners don't do that. Champions don't do that, and you shouldn't either. If you're catching some L's in life right now, you need to lock in even more, right? And if you're making mistakes, just learn from the mistakes. That's the beauty of moving in silence. You making mistakes on as you're getting better. So you're making mistakes, you get a little better. Make more mistakes, you get a little better. And eventually you stop making those mistakes and you've gotten way better over time. And people that was hating on you, people that was fronting you, they're still doing the same shit, making the same mistakes they didn't even learn from. Right? So be cool with it. Be cool. Be cool with being low key sometimes. Be cool with not being on the scene, not being in the club, not being in the bars. It's the same stuff, man. The same stuff's gonna be there 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It's gonna be the same people doing the same things. And it'll just be more expensive in 2 years. If you want to keep it real, right? Another thing, you got to start getting obsessed with your goals. Like motivational videos and books and stuff. That's cool. I like that type of stuff. But motivation comes and goes. When you're obsessed about leveling up, when you're obsessed about your business or your career or maybe your family goals, right? You guys want to buy a new house, or you want to start going on vacations at this location, or maybe you want to travel more to visit your family because everybody's got a full-time job, they got a part-time job. Some people work 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, and you're like, damn, I don't get to see this person like I used to. You're gonna have these small goals, but you got to be obsessed with the work. You got to be obsessed with, how do I get there? You'll get there faster, because if you're like, well, I'll just save some money every once in a while. But if you're saying, man, I'm gonna save 10% every paycheck for a whole year because I want to buy XYZ thing, and you're dedicated to it and you're obsessed with that goal. If you're obsessed with losing weight and getting in the gym, then you got to go every day. Yeah, you might be tired today. Yeah, you might be tired tomorrow. But if you're obsessed with that goal, man, I'm trying to lose this 30 pounds for Christmas or for that wedding. I got this trip I got to go on. I'm trying to look right. You got to be obsessed with it. You can't just half-ass it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really believe in it. You got to believe that you can make it happen. And that's the best way to look at it. That's the mindset that you gotta have nowadays. It's too competitive out here. Whatever lifestyle you want, whatever car or house, business you want to build, everybody's got the same type of goals and dreams. So who's gonna work the hardest and who's gonna work the smartest is really gonna determine who gets it. So be crazy with your obsession, because it's gonna sound outrageous until it works, right? So if you maybe grow up in like a small town, you're like, man, I'm gonna be a movie star, and you want to be on TV. It's gonna sound crazy to somebody who's like known you for most of life and be like, hey man, this dude doesn't even act. I don't even know. But you've been practicing lines, you've been rehearsing, you might have went out of town and you've been doing some community theater at another spot, and you've been working on your skills. And so they think it's outrageous for you to be on TV or to be in a movie. But for the last 2-3 years, you've been working on roles in small parts, but you didn't announce it to everybody. You just been leveling up on the low, leveling up and getting better with your skills and your habits and your gifts. And next thing you know, they'll see you on a TV series, and maybe you're not the main character, but maybe it's just a small part where you come in, say a couple lines, and oh shit, this dude's on TV. Oh, I know him. Yeah. That could happen to you. That could happen. That happens all the day, all the time. So you can just say it and believe it and make it happen. It's gonna sound crazy. I'm trying to build a $1 million clothing brand. I'm trying to have one of the dopest brands in the world. I'm gonna say it because I believe I can make it happen. And it's gonna sound crazy because, I don't have 1 million followers, or you don't have 1 million followers, and you're not a celebrity. But when it works, when you make it happen, then you look like a genius. So moving in silence, being crazy obsessed with your goals, being crazy obsessed with your dreams and your vision, you can make it happen, bro. It's possible. We've all seen it. We all believe it. All right, next thing up, mystery creates value. And what does that mean? It means that if you're a little mysterious and you don't present yourself in a very obvious manner, which means like there could be someone who makes a lot of money and they drive a regular car, but they may have millions of dollars in the bank. And then you might have somebody who makes pretty good money, but they're always buying flashy things. They may not have the money that they're presenting, but the person who's low key with it really has the money. He or she just isn't doing it for the flash. They're doing it because it gives them a mysterious vibe. Like, who's this guy pulling up in his regular car always eating at these nice restaurants, always has nice clothes, always goes on dope trips, always is networking with cool people. That doesn't even look impressive, but you don't know behind the scenes he's really calling a lot of shots. That brings value. The dude who's just flashing at the nightclub or buying bottles and fronting and faking for the gram, like, you can kind of see through that sometimes, and they actually lose value because what ends up happening is they have to keep up that persona, that lifestyle forever now. You know what I mean? So now when they want to downgrade, oh man, I don't really rock that drink. Oh, you went broke. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you had that Benz. I thought you had that Maybach. What is this? What is this pickup truck? Oh, what happened to you? And now they're clowning you. And now when you do something else, they don't believe you. So sometimes, like, being mysterious of what you got and what you got going on can really be an asset because people can't figure you out. People can't put a finger on, yo, how's this guy getting this money? Yo, how did he level up so fast? You don't have to tell the world how you do it. You just do it. Just make it happen and let the results speak for yourself. All right. One last thing about moving in silence. You get to move faster. You get to move way faster. Now imagine if you tell someone that, hey man, I'm gonna go to medical school. There'll be 3-4 people who will tell you, oh, it's too expensive. You know how many years you gotta do? Doctors have all this liability. What if you become a doctor, you gotta work on call. You can have weekends off, you gotta work on the holidays, you gotta do all this stuff. Man, I don't know if that's the vibe. I don't know if you should do it. That's too risky. There'll be people who tell you that. So imagine you have a dream that you want to be a medical doctor to help people, to save lives. And someone's telling you not to do it because you won't have weekends and holidays off. Doesn't that sound a little crazy and outrageous? They're trying to talk you out of it for something minor like that. Or you'll have all this debt. Well, we all have debt. We all got bills, right? So you get to move faster when you stop telling people what you want to do and who you want to become, because you can just go forward. You can just keep pushing and going straight. And then finally someone's like, oh man, you're in medical school? Oh shit, how long you been in medical school? And you'd be like, oh, 2 years, 3 years, I'm just almost done. They didn't even see the move coming. They didn't even know. And that's why you got to do these type of things, because a lot of people will root for you one day and then hate on you the next. We see it like in sports. There'll be a dude, oh man, he played for this team for 8 years, and then he wants a bigger contract, and they're like, oh, nah, we ain't really feeling you. You had a couple injuries. We're trying to get rid of you. Like, oh, I had all this loyalty to the team. You're like, I rock with y'all. I sacrificed. I played hurt and I played injured. And they're like, yeah, but, you're getting older now. And so you out here telling everybody, I'm going to get this new contract. I'm about to do this. And I'm really going to help rebuild. And they got completely different plans. And they sabotage your whole situation. So you can move so much faster when you just eliminate a lot of distractions and a lot of people who are going to just get in your head and tell you why you shouldn't do this or how it's not going to work. You need to be around people who are going to hype you up and tell you it is going to work. You can figure it out. You are super dope. That's who you need to be around. But too many people will slow you down. So move in silence, be alert. That's how you got to move out here nowadays. It's a very competitive world. Everybody's trying to win. So go out there, keep winning, keep making it happen. I got one of the shirts right here, man. Keep going, never give up. That's the message. That's how we rocking. So move in silence, believe in yourself, stay creative, stay dangerous. This is the message for today, man. Peace, we out.